Welcome, my leaders.
You clicked the video, you saw the title, so let's get into it. Record of Ragnarok is about gods versus humans. The gods decide to end humanity, but then one of the Valkyries proposes Ragnarok, a series of one-on-one showdowns between the gods and the humans that will decide humanity's fate. Yeah, that's basically the premise. If you haven't guessed already, Record of Ragnarok is a battle shonen. You're not reading this to find the philosophical implications of blah blah blah. No. You're reading this for pure action. And action, it has. The fighting is intense, the pacing is amazing, and the art is godly. If you don't like the first fight, then honestly, it's probably not for you. After Kentaro Miura died, Berserk seemed doomed. The story seemed to have ended on a crazy cliffhanger, but then it was announced that Berserk will continue without Miura with the help of Koji Mori. Even though Miura won't continue Berserk, I know it is in good hands because Mori has written a really good manga called Holy Land. Yu Kamishiro is a dejected outcast and feels as though he belongs nowhere until he finds the beautiful art of beating ass. Despite the fighting premise, this isn't for every fight-hungry fan. Most shonen combine fantasy with action to create unrealistic fights that can only happen in that world. Holy Land is like that, but instead of a fantasy world, it's our world. Every technique shown here is explained thoroughly, using the real-world POW system of physics and anatomy to explain why things happen. It's a martial arts fan's wet dream. If you like realistic fighting, you should give this a try. And even if you don't, hey, you might learn to beat some ass, you know what I mean? Now, this one is strange to say the least. Golden Kamuy is essentially a historical dark comedy with the overarching narrative of a treasure hunt. Saiichi Sugimoto is known as Sugimoto the Immortal because of his seemingly invulnerability on the battlefield. According to a legend, someone stole a vast amount of gold from the Anu, the indigenous people of Hokkaido. Sugimoto, along with a young Anu girl named Asurpa, set off to find this treasure. Based on this premise, you would assume this manga to have a suspenseful, plot-driven story. A story that will stay with you. No. Just no. You're dead fucking wrong. It feels as though only 10% of the story is spent on the story, and the other 90% of the story is an exotic culinary journey and very strange humor. Let's focus on the first part. This story does an amazing job at exploring the culture of the Anu. Literally, like every time the characters eat something, it explains where it originated, what it's made of, and all that jazz. And it's really interesting. It really is like a fucking culinary journey. And the other part, weird as fuck humor. Weird is an understatement for the fucking comedy in this shit. It is just strange, bro. Like, what is this, bro? The comedy is on some LSD type behavior, bro. Okay, I'm not accusing the author of anything, but like, I don't know, bro. This seems kind of sus, bro. He must have taken a little, a little ting-ting. Like I said, this one is catered to a very, very specific audience. You have to be interested in history, culture, and most importantly, poop jokes. Honestly, it's really hard to sell this series, so just give it a few chapters and see if you like it. Lastly, I wanted to mention Sayonara Eri. Sayonara Eri, or Goodbye Eri, is a one-shot written by the one and only Tatsuki Fujimoto, and it's nothing short of a masterpiece. Sure, I love Chainsaw Man for his unpredictability, crude humor, and fast action, but this short story really highlights his strength as a writer. I say short story, but it's like 200 pages. Now, I'll talk about its qualities, but nothing about the plot, because I think this is one of those stories where you just gotta jump in blind. We all know Fujimoto is an insane bastard, right? Anyone who can write Fire Punch must not be right in the head. Bro, have you read Fire Punch, bro? I haven't even read it, but I know it's fucking insane. But Goodbye Eri is a different kind of insanity. Instead of an out-of-control, literal fire dude raging, it's instead a quiet breeze. Quiet enough to drive you insane. That's the type of subtle insanity that Fujimoto captures here. It's less chaotic and more refined to a deadly point. Fujimoto also expresses his love for film, as you see this kind of stop motion-esque paneling, where literally it's like two identical panels but a small change on the second one that simulates movement. and it is fucking amazing. It really adds an entire layer of depth to it. Seriously, I've never seen this kind of storytelling before, so it's really refreshing to see. Long story short, Fujimoto is an insane motherfucker. Absolutely nuts. But you know what they say, most geniuses are not right in the head. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the video. It takes 2 seconds, up. Come on. The more you do these shits, the more the videos go out in the algorithm, more people see it. I get more attention, and I can keep doing this, Peace, y'all.